She is one of the most consequential politicians of this generation, and tonight, in an exclusive Bay Area TV interview, Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi is speaking with ABC 7 News to talk about her new book, The Art of Power. In it, new details about the insurrection, a testy phone call with former President Trump, and an in-depth personal accounting of the violent attack on her husband. ABC 7 News reporter Stephanie Sierra sat down with Pelosi to discuss her role in some of the most historic moments over the past 2 decades. It's a conversation you'll see only on 7.
So, Speaker, you discuss at length in your book, Know Your Why. Can you explain to our viewers how that motto has shaped your political career?
Well, thank you very much. It's lovely to be with you. I always say to people, know your why, because getting involved in the public arena is not for the faint of heart. You'll most immediately become a target. It's so sad. It shouldn't be that way. But when you know why you're doing it, it makes it worthwhile. My why, when I went from housewife to House member to House Speaker, was the 1 in 5 children in America who live in poverty go to sleep hungry at night. That's what constantly motivates me.
Moving to your second chapter now, which delves into what I'd imagine to be one of the worst mornings of your life, the attack on your husband. I first want to ask how Paul is doing.
Sorry to ask Stephanie. He's coming along. He's improved a lot, and he has more to go, but he'll be thrilled that you asked about him. Thank you.
We're glad to hear he is doing better. You mentioned in your book that you haven't spoken to Paul or the children about what happened that night.
Well, Paul hasn't spoken to us about it. The doctors think that's good. They don't want a revisiting of it because it's very traumatic. What I know about it that I could reference in the book was what I saw in the public domain after the testimony in court from the doctors. But Paul has not, I think he thinks it would be too traumatic for us to hear. And as I say, the doctors don't want him revisiting it.
Do you still avoid those areas in the home?
Not as much as we did at first. It is our home and we love it, and it's so many memories and with our family and the rest. And as I say in the book, at one point, Paul said, let's go watch the games downstairs, and that was a step forward because that's where we had watched the Giants, the Warriors, the
Ravens,
49, and the Ravens, yes, and the Baltimore teams as well. But for a long time, we wouldn't go anywhere near that room.
Your book sheds new light on some of your past interactions with former President Trump. Your attempts to find common ground with him after his inauguration, as well as that phone call ahead of the impeachment investigation. Can you tell us more about that phone call?
I said to him, but I'm glad you called me because I was going to call you. I was just waiting until later because today I'm going to introduce a resolution of impeachment. Oh, why are you doing that? Well, I said, well, because it's based on the phone call that you had with President Zelensky. It was a perfect call. It was a perfect call. I said, yeah, it was perfectly clear that you jeopardized our national security, the integrity of our elections, in violation of our Constitution. We'll be introducing that resolution. How could you do that? I'm going to be addressing the UN General Assembly today. And I said, I'm glad to hear that's what you're doing today. I'm telling you what I'm doing today.
Was there ever a point he was ever respectful to you?
If respect means telling the truth, no.
In one of your final chapters, we got an in-depth look on the day of the insurrection from your eyes. Many members have described the insurrection like a war zone, and as your book points out, members being on the floor on their bellies, crawling combat style to get to that door.
Everything about it was horrible. The fact that it was an insurrection incited by the President of the United States, that it was something that was dangerous, defecation on the floor. Where is Nancy? The Vice President? They had a noose for him. They had a gun for me, they said anyway. And it was horrible.
And you talked about the members fearing for their lives. Did you think you were going to die that day?
I didn't think I was going to die. I thought I was more worried about them. But I did think I was going to die when I went to Kyiv. That was true danger.
I'm going to call the mayor of Washington, D.C.
I didn't think that they would be able to find us. Now, we begged the president, Mitch and Chuck and I begged the president to send the National Guard, but they wouldn't do it, and many people were injured in the meantime.